Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I am your host, GameChanger. Okay, so about a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago or so, I did a video about single mothers who would rather be homeless than to get with a American black man. Hit that like button. And she actually responded to that video, a woman who goes by the hook, and let me make sure I'm getting this right, West Indie Collection. She responded to me saying, how dare you saying that I'm a failed OnlyFans model? And I was like, well, I responded with, Miss, how is that wrong? You were an OF model and you didn't succeed because you're homeless. So how was that wrong? And she never responded to that. And I even sent an email to her asking her to join the panel and give her take on it, give her side of the story, which she obviously refused. Then because of that whole exchange, the back and forth, she found her way into my algorithm. And then I see something that she just posted saying that I'm feeling like I failed as a mom. Am I a bad mom? Life update. I'm like, okay, I want to watch this. I am curious because I'm not going to say as of yet whether I think that you failed as a mom or not. Well, being a mother is an ongoing thing. Actually, I will say being a mother is an ongoing thing. So I guess what you really mean to ask is, are you failing as a mother? And we're going to get into that, but I can't say have you failed because you're not done being a mom. So that's what you really want to know. And as the video go on, we will touch on that. But in the meantime, I need everybody to hit that like button. So I seen that, and then I seen in the past 2 days, things seems to be bad. Like, she's in a downward spiral. So on the sticker of her last video, on the thumbnail of her last video, she says, lost my job, lost my childcare, question mark. It says, about my day, I'm so over it. I've seen some of that. And then she has another video yesterday saying, I got scammed out of getting a house. And then today she says, I'm feeling like a bad mom. Am I a bad mom? Life update. So a series of unfortunate events. Now, when last we did videos on this woman, and here, let me actually just share the screen so y'all can see what I'm seeing as far as her titles and stuff goes. When last we left this woman, she was, hold on, let's see. At least as far as I understood, she was in a relationship. I guess you would have to look at the end of my last video to determine that, but as I understood it, she was in a relationship. She had a dude was complaining about the way she was dressing, and they were on the verge of getting married, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and it seemed like it was going to be a happy end. Well, here it is. Actually, here's the video right here. Is he insecure? Thoughts on what I post on social media. So there is a he. This is 2 weeks ago. She was talking about her dude and if he's insecure about what she's posting on social media. And here she is now, seemingly manless in the same situation that she was in before. So, okay. So let me go down further because I see something. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is something I want to touch on. But then I clicked it and it turned into a big nothing. All right. So scroll down. That's 2 months. This happened 4 months ago. I got married today. I got married today, featuring Miss Blue Fine Jewelry. Actually, I'm jumping the gun. I need y'all to hit that like button because I got to do the short of the day. Almost forgot. I really want to get this. I really want to get this done and over with. This is so funny. Salute to Sweet Melody Media. Salute to Mr. Snazzy. Salute to She Hate Me. All right. Okay. The title of this short of the day is When She's Not Used to a Good Man. Let's have a watch.
Your phone's ringing.
Can you check it for me?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You want me to...
Yeah, check it. The passcode is your birthday.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Who texting us?
It's your friend Will. He wants to know if you want to go to the finals game.
Tell him I'm good and I'm gonna just sit here and watch the game with you.
He said he has courtside tickets.
That's cool, but I'd rather watch the game with you.
Oh shit!
Okay. So this is, I guess, quote unquote, a good man. She's not used to it. And he's letting her pick up the phone. He's not going to the game. He's saying stuff like, who's texting us, etc., etc., etc. Now, the thing about it, yes, it is funny. It's funny that she's not used to it. And it's funny the way he's behaving does seem unnatural for a man, that he's willing to not be courtside on a finals game and instead he'd sit and cupcake and watch it with her. That is it's funny. Let's start there. However, it's setting a false and high expectation. Women are feeble-minded and they tend to start to demand stuff like that. Like, in this fiction, this is the way he's behaving, and I want my man to behave that way now. So when a guy actually goes courtside and watch the game with his homies and stuff like that, she is upset now. Because they have set a new fantasy bar. Yeah, he says stuff like the passcode is your birthday is the sweetest stuff ever. Really? That's sweet. Once again, setting expectations. She's respectful and he's open and affectionate. This is that new Cinderella. All right. Let's see. That's the man you make home and meet your dad. Impress your... Okay. It's a ridiculous ask. It's a ridiculous ask. Okay, let's see. I love the who's texting us. That little sentence speaks value. I told y'all. This is my first time reading the comments. I told y'all that it was setting like a not completely realistic expectation. And to be quite frank, a lot of women don't respect that. So, they'll look at that as weak. Let's see. That who's texting us line has to be my wife ready to jump home. Wait. Okay, I don't know what they're going with that. Okay, let's. I'll just read the ones that he approved of. Let's see. This is 100. They're really great guys out. Oh crap! See, great guys out there. So now this James person, he's willing to do all that. It's like really great guys out there that are willing to quality time with the woman they love. Like, okay. Let's see. One that he marked. Okay. This is mad refreshing to see a relationship skit be positive. I agree. I'm not going to down it too much. I'm just going to, point out some of the potential negative societal effects. That's it. That's it. And y'all just gonna hit that like button while I do that. All right. So it says, nah, bro, that courtside, you two got your whole lives. Good point. Good point. Finals is only once a year. And the other 365 days, they can, I don't know, do what makes it to him happy. But he does need some him time. This is just a skit. I got chills when he said, "Who's texting us?" I told y'all, it set a new bar. Stuff like this set new ridiculous bars. They heard that and they just got a little moist. A little moist. They got a little tingling sensation like the York peppermint patty on a patty. They got a little moist. A little moist. I told this is some 90s R&B stuff. I'll lay down my jacket so you can walk over a puddle. This is that stuff. It's like, can't you just walk around the puddle? This is that stuff. All right, let me get out of here. All right, so that was the short of the day. Had to get that out. Now we are going to get into this chick. All right. Okay, so she does this video 4 months ago entitled, "I Got Married Today." I'm not going to play that whole video because it's weird. But I am going to play some of it for you because it is weird. Hit the like button. All right, so you see her walking down the steps. Looks like a public park of some sort that you don't have to pay to go to. Taking pictures on a pillar. Walking around with her dress, smiling because she's so happy, in a wedding with nobody else there. At the bottom, it reads msblue.com. So, yes, and she's showing her ring. That is the MS Blue ring. And she's still showing it. Now, pay attention because that is a diamond. And that is an emerald. So what she was displaying here is not what's on the finger of her right hand. Now, this video could be transposed, but this is likely her right hand. And she is showing off the ring on her right hand. Let's see.
Okay, you peep it? You peep it?
I peep it.
And I am just loving it. So this ring came from Miss Blue Jewelry, you guys. They are top notch. I mean, when I go on their website, it looks so beautiful. They have so many stunning engagement rings, wedding rings, you name it. And I just had to let you guys know. So pretty much I want to tell you about these two beautiful engagement/wedding rings. And I hope you guys hop on it because I'm sure your loved one would love you and appreciate you for this. So the ring that I'm wearing now.
Okay. So yeah, she's showing off her ring. This is obviously a advertisement for a Miss Blue Fine Jewelry. And it's probably a jewelry store that's owned by a Black woman. And she's trying to, or it's probably not even a jewelry store. It's probably just a Black woman who's selling, somebody else's jewelry, repackaged jewelry online or something. And she's using this person to try to drum up business. And this is just a company that's trying to get over on this woman's tits. So you fast forward and here she is at the, I don't know, it looks like a city or state building of some sort there in Georgia. Come on. Yeah, Millennium Gate Museum. So she's at the museum by herself, walking through, and she's about to read vows to herself. Now, that is the part that I am going to have y'all take a listen to. So she's marrying herself.
To myself, Marissa, for 1994, 29 years old. First, I want to say I love you. Wow, you made it this far in life. What a blessing. You've been through happy times, struggle times, hurtful times, but you conquered through it. So adventurous and full of life, you are strong, and I just want to say I'm proud of you. I know you mean good and want to make the best of life. I know you are misunderstood, but that is what makes you stand out even more. You are beautiful and unique in your own way. This is your last year in your 20s, and you have so much in store for you. Just keep going.
Okay.
You can do anything you put your mind to, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You do the best you can as a mommy. God sees you in the life you are trying to provide for your boys. It's okay to put yourself first and do what makes you happy and healthy. Have those self-care days. You deserve it. Don't ever think or worry yourself too much. God got you. You are loved. Know your worth and don't settle. You make mistakes, but learn from them. Move on. Don't let anyone walk all over you and disrespect you. You are too smart to be manipulated. You are too smart to tolerate BS. God wants you to be the greatest you can be.
Oh. You are too smart to get manipulated. So the guy that did Atlanta street interviews, apparently she let him hit it and he complained that he got BD. I don't know.
Reach your full potential. You got this. Ignore the hate and remember it's never too late to start all over. Have faith, power your mind, and execute. This rank is a commitment to yourself to remind you you are loved, amazing, bold, unstoppable, that you will stick to your goals and don't give up. God is with you. You are special. You are valuable. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. No one owns you unless you're committed through Christ. Become engaged or married to a man on your left hand. Until then,
and that's what I wanted to share with you. So the ring was on her right hand. And she says no one owns you until you become engaged and married to a man who's on your left hand. But, he should own you before that. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure the person behind the camera is Miss Blue. Miss Blue Fine Jewelry. Trying to drum up business to a bunch of single women. See, here's the thing. This Miss Blue person, she got in the jewelry business trying to sell wedding rings to Black women, which is like trying to sell hot dogs to Muslims. It's stupid. You're dealing with the people who are culturally unmarried. So she comes up with the bright idea of, oh, well, you just marry yourself. You go to the museum and you read and you read vows to yourself, and then you put it on your right hand. That'll get people buying jewelry. Just these self ceremonies where they buy the jewelry and put it on their right hand. And this is, let's take a look at this. Let me see how many views this got. This got 4,500 views in so I think that very few of those would probably be in Atlanta. So I doubt this seemed like just a complete waste. Somebody says this is bra from last week. Yeah, I recently did a video on her, and trust me, I'm not done with this because this chick is she's a representation of what happens when you don't have accountability.
enjoy this stunning ring. To you, Marissa Jones, West Indian mommy, please take this ring and put it on your right hand finger.
There wasn't a ring. There's no ring there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Miss Blue. Let me look at her hand. Let me look at the hand of the person that handed it to her. Ah, crap. Crap, messed up. Oh, okay. Actually, that looks like a dude's hand. All right. So enough of that foolishness. Enough watching a person, get a BBL to marry her damn self. Now, I want to say this, and then I'm gonna move on to the trophy wife, and then I'm gonna cover this. But I want to I want to say this. I thought that BBLs and boob jobs and stuff like that, I really thought that that would be like a come up for women. And there was a time when it was, but it's not, it doesn't have the same effect that it once did. And I think that because the bubble popped on it, the market saturated. For example, right? And I remember when I first got this notion, this is the early 2000s, and I'm in a nightclub in Maryland, right? So, so y'all know, a bottle of water, a 8 or 16 ounce bottle of water, was $1 at the time. Now you expect a markup whenever you're in a place, and when I was in this place, it was $4. When I was in this nightclub, it was $4 for a bottle of water, right? And I was like, oh man, that's kind of high, but I'm thirsty, so I guess I'm gonna spend $4 on a bottle of water. I'm a frugal man. Those of you who are new here, hit the subscribe button. I am what you would call a frugal man. So I was apprehensive about paying the $4, but I needed the water, and I did it. I bought it. And then the big booby woman behind the counter, black woman, because I gave her a $5 bill. She said, You want that dollar? And I said, yeah, I do. I was like, I don't want to spend $4. You want me to spend $5? So she gave me an attitude that she had to give me the dollar back. And then I'm sitting there drinking at the bar, and then I noticed other people were coming up. Right. And she asked that all the time. She's because people are just naturally gonna give a $5 bill, and none of them really ask for the dollar back. And I'm thinking, like, wow, those boobies really have an effect. Those boobies really have an effect on men, because what is she gonna get? Like, it only takes a minute to serve somebody water. So she, in addition to how much she makes for the markup on water, she's going to get an additional dollar from each one of these guys. Those boobies are paying for themselves. That's what I was thinking. And I was like, wow. And this goes for every facet of a young woman's life if she works in a typical industry. I'm like, something, it's really a good investment if you work in tips. If you're a waitress, even if it's at a, not Hooters place, but it's more like at a Chili's or something like that, people will tend to just give you more money. So I'm thinking that, and then fast forward over 20 years, or maybe around 20 years, and I see this, and nice boobies, but she's not really getting paid like that. And it seems like she's not getting that extra tip as a waitress. She's not getting that, she's not getting those only fanning. She's not getting the extras that a boobied woman is entitled to, or has learned to become entitled to. So what I've come to conclude is that boobies don't have the same effect on society that it once did, on the men in society that it once did. Boobs are not boobing anymore. That's what I've come to realize. All right. So let me now. this is her talking about her day. I'm gonna skim through this because I'll just give an overview. All right, D Scott says it's funny you said this about fake tits. No woman 43 just got hers done and wondering why younger chicks are getting attention. Yeah, exactly. It's not somebody saying sound. Oh, if you're talking about on the video, yeah, it's muted. Thanks. But no, it says just got hers done, wondering why younger chicks are getting attention. Yeah, exactly. Men are slowly ignoring them, but missing them when they're gone. So yeah, but they're not given the same, wow appreciation. They don't look at them and they don't look at the fake boobies nowadays and just open their wallets like they used to. All right, so
Any collection. If you're new to my channel, welcome, babes. I'm glad to have you here. So your girl just got in the crib, and y'all, let me tell y'all about my day.
Yes.
Like literally. Right now, I am getting started ASAP with the dinner. We're gonna have hamburger helper.
Ooh.
Let me tell you about my day because I'm just kind of like livid right now. So go to work on time, and pretty much I was going to be doing, I guess I told y'all that my hotel's doing renovations.
Look at her nails.
But my manager tells me and another person is going to basically have to redo the whole rooms, meaning we have to put everything back into a room. We have to make the beds. We have to do cleaning. So that will typically take a little bit more time than us, than like the average room that we would just do versus just cleaning and just making the beds. But this, we have to put literally like coffee, ironing board, cups. Like we have to literally replace everything that the room's missing. Shower curtains, like everything. So basically, I was excited about it at first. I'm thinking, oh, that's nothing. That's different. I'm going to switch it up a bit, But then my coworker said, oh, it's not that. It's not that,
You shouldn't be getting excited over replacing shower curtains. That really tells me a lot about your mentals. Like, oh, so we're replacing shower curtains today. Oh, that's exciting. Well, okay. Enjoy yourself.
Like pretty much ain't not that breezy as you may think it is, But anywho, and then on my board it said like 13 rooms. So we go up. I kind of know how like the other coworkers are, how they move. Me, I like to move fast paced. Like I'm not like really a slow paced person. So like I figured like I got this. I had a set goal, like time in mind when I'll probably finish everything. But at the end of the day, I had a positive attitude at first. As the day go on, I'm like, okay, everything's going cool, whatever. Everything's going cool. And then next thing you know, we have to like go to different floors. We have to find different things. That was time consuming. But once I got in the swing of it, I started like, okay, this is not bad after all. However, some things were still kind of like missing in the room. Things that was time consuming. But once I got in the swing of it, I started like,
mind you, I had to leave work by a certain time. Okay,
this is not bad after all. However, some things were still kind of like missing in the rooms. But, it's just a lot having to go to different floors, like you have people like helping you or really knowing for sure, like what say item, like what floor exactly it's on. So it's like, I'm like doing runaround, you know what I mean? So that's basically it. So everything was cool at first with me and my manager. He's a manager. He's gay. And so like we'd be cool.
Now, I'm gonna stop right there. Why is that relevant? Why is it relevant that he is like that he's rainbow? And the reason for that is because she don't have that leverage. She don't have that sexual leverage over him. So that's why she notes that. That's why she made a mental note, and that's why she decided to share it with us. Because if he weren't, not only would she have that ability to, bat her eyelashes a little bit and, show a little bit of chest, to get her way. So she doesn't have that ability on him, but more importantly, she don't have the ability to make a false accusation and have it be believable. Because if he wasn't that way, and especially if he wasn't married or anything like that, she could, as a young lady with boobies, she could make an accusation at any time, and then his job would be in jeopardy. We live in a society where employees can fire their managers, or at least put their managers' jobs in jeopardy. But because he is that way, she could go to, his authority and say, hey, I seen him. He made me uncomfortable, or whatever they say. And then, but it's like, well, how did he make you uncomfortable? Well, he was staring at, no, he wasn't, because he don't really see milk in them. He don't really see gold in them mountains. So that's why they walk around with stuff like that in their mind. All right, so I'm going to fast forward. Basically, the story is that, something about her coworker to vacuum, and she was late. She was late leaving. She was like 30 minutes late leaving, and then her babysitter was upset. All the while she's saying, people don't care. They don't care about, like, why would your company care about you? The sense of entitlement, the expectation that others should care about your plight is really something that's rancid in our community, and definitely within her. It's something that it just reeks. It really does.
But the point is, it's not like I'm always late. And number two, life happens. Like, people act like things don't happen. And like I just tell y'all know how I felt about my manager. Y'all, if I would have stayed at work, I would have been super late picking up my kids. I'm talking after 6 o'clock. So I had to leave my job.
So she left her job undone. She works for a hotel. Somebody says, hey, I need you to clean these 13 rooms. And she cleaned 10 of them. Like, hey, I got to go. I got to pick up my kid. So 3 rooms are unclean. And I guess she expects the manager to clean them, or I don't know, but somebody has to clean those 3 rooms. Nobody's going to rent a hotel that's dirty. That affects everything. It's a whole domino effect. Like, they have a worse Yelp review and they lose money that way. So she's going to lose people a lot of money, or the manager has to take time out to clean it himself. And he's not going to like that very much, because now he's late getting home too.
So just imagine what I was going through in that moment. And then this lady talking to me crazy. So I started to record her. So y'all going to see this clip right now.
You're very rude. You're very rude. You're very rude. You're very rude.
She's saying you're very rude. She's walking around with a wedgie up her overweight gluteus maximus.
Wow, really? Defects for what? Defects for what? Life stuff happens. Life happens. Life happens. Shit ain't perfect.
She says, I have my own children. And instead of her apologizing, because she's right. Like, when you're late, she's late to whatever she has to. Like, the reason that you're late is because you claim somebody else was derelict in their duties, causing you to be late. Now, from her point of view, you're derelict in your duties, and now she's late. And you're filming her.
Life happens. But you don't gotta be smart, though. You don't gotta be smart.
This woman has a terrible shape. I got a feeling it's the same shape that she would had she not had a BBL, to be perfectly honest. All right, give it a moment, because it's buffering, as StreamYards tend to do from time to time. In the meantime, let's see. Let me read some of the comments here. She going crazy. 5150. Yep. Shaking my head. All right. So sounds taken care of now. Dang, it is still. This still hasn't caught up. All right. There we go. All right.
And I bet I report you too for being rude. Whoever you are. Yeah, keep it pushing. Yeah. Hold on, push the stroller. What's your name again? Because I'm calling to report you, ma'am. What's your name again? Because you were very rude. What's your name? Very
You were
rude.
30 minutes late getting
What's
your
your
children from childcare.
Okay, and I let her know right before 5:30 that I was on my way. And you were very rude.
Why do you have? I don't think she hears herself. And that's another thing. When she responded to my last video on her, you got to watch the video and you got to hear yourself so you can really think about some of the stuff that you do. By your own admittance, you left your children with somebody whose name you do not know. I'm going to repeat that. You left your children with somebody whose name you do not know. She just said, "What's your name? What's your name?" to a person that is taking care of your children. So you obviously didn't do a thorough background check like any mother would and should. And by the way, this is Am I a Bad Mom? The title of the video, Am I a Bad Mom? Well, you did leave your kids with the woman whose name you don't know. So you tell me.
What's your name? What's your name? Look how this lady acting. Acting, y'all. Look how this lady acting.
Oh,
She should be
man.
ashamed of
This
herself.
is-
Just try to call me out saying she's gonna call defects and then she try to say something about my motherhood. She's very rude and unprofessional, and I will be reporting her. Watch me. And then after that, this is the first time I'm seeing this lady at this daycare. So she's most definitely getting reported. You need to be fired. That's what you need to be, fired. Because you're rude. You act like somebody haven't been late before picking up their kid.
Wow. She didn't even preface it with, "I'm sorry for being late," you know.
And then the way she's acting on camera. So tomorrow I'm going to go to the daycare and I'm going to report her, get whatever I need to report her because like you don't talk to me. Like who the hell do you think you are talking to me like that? And then the way she was acting, like to me, that's unprofessional. Like she needs to get fired. For real. And then so me and my boys, we go, I had to load my cardigan on the bus with my boys. Thank God the bus eventually came. Cool. Here's another thing. At work.
My dad was late one time. Picking me up from daycare. I'll never forget it because I was planning my escape because when you're a kid, your imagination takes over. You don't know what's going to happen. So the bad thing about when your kids are late from, or when your parent is late from daycare is that all the kids leave before you, so you don't have anybody to play with for a bit of time. You know, you're just kind of there by yourself for the time the time that the last kid gets picked up, and your dad comes through. So, and of course, I didn't have a conception of time. I just remember hearing the adults, babysitter and stuff, talk about what's going on, about my dad being late, and I thought that they were going to lock me in. I really did. I thought that they were going to lock the door, and I would that they would raise me now, that I'd be their kid now. So somebody said planning my escape. Yeah, no, because I was thinking that as a kid. I was like, if I see them go to the door and lock it, I'm gonna have to run out before I get locked in. Because I want to be raised by my dad. So yeah, it's stuff like that runs through the kid's brain. But yeah, it is one of those things. But my dad didn't act like this, and it didn't go down like this. Yeah, I remember a lot from that daycare center. Stuff just sticks in my memory, even though that was a long time ago, but stuff just sticks in my memory. I remember a lot from those daycare center days.
Work today, you guys. Thomas been giving me a hard time. And I got a call from his teacher while at work. Basically, he got in a fight today. She told him multiple times to stop playing around or stop it. He would not listen, but he basically got in a fight. She didn't say he was a spinner or nothing like that, but he got in a fight today. So that also happened when I was at work in the midst of working before everything started to occur of how it occurred. So it's like I have a lot on my plate. So I'm up here at the bus stop talking to my son about it. The bus comes, boom, we're on the bus. And then like this old man starts singing and it's just talking crazy. I don't know if he was drunk or what. So we had to witness that. We get off the bus, we come home. As we're walking to the gas station, I want to come home. But mind you, Momo, he wanted some. So I'm like, okay, and I'm thirsty. So we stopped in the store. After walking in, we heard pop, 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 pop. So I don't know if that could have been gunshots or what, but I try not to panic or freak out. We just walked in, got what we had to get, and we came back home, and boom. I'm here with you guys. And I don't have $60.
Oh.
I don't have $60, you guys.
By the way, I skipped a lot of it. So she was like 30 minutes late. And then the way she was telling the story is bad math, because she said that she was 30 minutes late and it's $1 a minute. And now she said, I don't have $60. I'm like, either you were 60 minutes late or it's $2 a minute. But the math just wasn't adding up. Y'all can watch this yourself. I'm not making this up. Like, so, now she's like, I don't have $60. It's like, really? You don't have $60? Boobies. I'm telling you, boobies are not boobying anymore.
I don't have $60 in order for Mama to go to daycare tomorrow. I don't. So I feel like not only I'm just ready, like I'm rethinking my job. Like, let's just go to say I don't have a job anymore.
Holy
Let's go
crap.
to say my kids are kicked out of daycare. I can't take my kids to daycare. If I don't work, I don't get paid. If my kids don't go to daycare, I don't get paid. And then I could jeopardize losing my place. See how your life can just change in a matter of seconds? See how it can change? So it's a lot, y'all. And this is not the first time Thomas, I keep getting calls from his teachers and stuff. And then it turns out he's in a fight. My manager, he's the one of the type of dudes who do not care. Like if you got.
Okay. It's not, fights aren't that big a deal. And both my dad and my mom didn't really trip when I got into fights. Because, all right, full disclosure about when I was daycare age, I got into fights from time to time, and it was because it really just like play fights that escalated, because it was always me for a very particular reason that as a child you really don't know, but there was something bigger going on that was above my head. So cartoon villains are typically smart and smaller, like Lex Luthor type, like the Joker or Batman, like Skeletor versus He-Man, like the villain is typically the smart, more cerebral one, and the hero is the strong, brutish one. So me fitting the archetype of the villain all the time, I just went into that because I didn't mind. I was perfectly fine with that. I was perfectly fine with that understanding, that, okay, I was born, this is what I am. I have more in common with Lex Luthor than I do with Superman. So that's just how things are. And yeah, I played my role. So when it came to play fighting, if we were doing something like Voltron or something like that, I would find myself outnumbered, wrestling a lot of the other boys and stuff like that, because I am the villain and that's just how I get down. So yeah, so but and then it escalates, and then stuff happens. So that's what most of the fights were when I was young. But it wasn't a big deal. I don't know why she's making a big deal about it. That's boys being boys.
Something going on. He wants you to finish something. Like, he doesn't care. He's not who all like that. And he's the petty type of manager. I've witnessed it. He's the petty type. And if you the type to say something or do something that he don't like, he will write you up for it, something like that. So I don't know. I gotta check my messages. For all I know, he could have sent me a smart text. I don't know. I gotta check that. I don't know about this daycare situation, but I definitely need to say something about that. Whoever that chick was, I definitely need to say something about that. Like, I don't know. It's like, this ain't it. Because that just shows my manager don't care. Like, if I don't get my kids on time, like, you don't know what I'm going through. If I don't get my kids on time, I could jeopardize my daycare situation with my kids. If I don't have a babysitter for my kids, that means I can't work. So
this is the hellscape that is her life.
if you can't be an understanding manager to know, like, okay, Marissa has to leave by this time, like, then, like, don't give me something that may be too time consuming, or let's be a little bit more organized, because my job is super unorganized. Super. I don't know, you guys. I'm just calling you guys to vent. I don't want nothing to really ruin my day or anything, but it's just crazy how all this stuff just spiraled. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Don't even know what somebody's going through. And I try my best at work. So if he did something petty by writing me up or threatening to fire me, that's very, very petty, because I try my best at work. And if you can't show your appreciation in that sense, because he gave me a compliment in the past. If you can't appreciate your employer talking to me crazy, for one, I'm not going to tolerate disrespect from a manager. I don't care who you are. And then I got a lady at my kids' daycare disrespecting me. Like, yes, I was late. I don't like being late. I was frustrated rushing to get to my kids because I didn't enjoy being late.
But did you apologize?
For you to get smart, like, who the fuck is you?
Did you apologize?
Like, who is you talking to me like that? Seriously. Seriously.
Okay. I get what she's saying, and I do understand her frustration. If you are to hire single mothers, just like if you are to hire students, there are certain things that you should understand and be flexible with. You know, you should be a little bit more flexible with the whole concept of they have to be certain places at certain times, because it's not like hiring a regular single person without kids where they won't be late getting home to their girlfriend or boyfriend or their vibrator or video game. They will not be late for any of those things. However, if you're dealing with a student and he has like a night class or something like that, or and this was my case, I would go to school and go to work afterwards. Because I remember I had a boss that said, like, well, why don't you just leave earlier? And I hate that. That is I was like, well, I can't leave earlier because before this I have a class. So it's not, I know regular people can just wake up earlier, shower earlier, brush their teeth earlier, and, just in case of traffic. But me, I between my last class and my job, I gave myself a window, and which under normal circumstances would be enough. You give yourself a 45-minute window, that's enough. But if there's traffic, then that's a problem. So I do understand that, and I have been shown grace for that. They'll just schedule me a little bit later or something like that. So I have been shown grace for that. This guy he wasn't as graceful, and furthermore, I think that this was something different, because this was, you're given 8 hours to complete this task of 13 rooms, and she didn't complete the task in a timely manner. It's not a matter that it's like, wait a minute, you know, I've given you 8 hours to complete these rooms. You're not finishing them fast enough. I think that that's probably more what's going on here. Somebody said this is the same. Yes, it is. This is the same chick who was on the bench. Yeah, she's homeless. She was homeless. Now she's, fast forward a bit. Now she has, you know, government assistant, a home, and, you know, and a job, and apparently daycare. Now she don't have $60, but I do know where she could get 40. Yeah. Ha. Actually, somebody was saying that it's 1,000. Somebody yesterday was saying it's 1,000. Like, I don't know. I mean, if it's 1,000, because she is, or she was a 304. Let me get that out there. She was a 304. So if the going rate is $1,000, why would she be broke? Like, why would any 304 be broke? Unless it's $1,000, but they wait 2 weeks before they actually find one customer. All right, so moving on, because I doubt many people are going to pay $1,000 for this twat. I mean, like, I'm not, and I'm an extraordinarily frugal man. Just the thought of paying somebody, because I don't make $1,000 an hour at my job, and I think y'all know this. So why would I don't like paying people more than what I make. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't have a choice. Sometimes, like a dentist, for example. You know, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, like if you need dental work, and you know, um, who else do I pay more than what I make for like an hour of work? I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable. A roofer. Oh, you know who I got into it with? I got into it with a mechanic. I got into it with a mechanic because so y'all know I have 2 cars, and one of them is gas and one of them is electric. Yeah, I know I should just have hybrid, but I just bought the electric and I just kept my old gas car. And when you don't turn your engine for a long time, the battery goes dead and you have to have it replaced. Now, on this particular, I'm not gonna say what type of car it is, but on this particular car, the battery is behind the tire well. So I'm like, all right, I need you to change this battery. I haven't turned the engine on in a while. I need you to change this battery and find out whatever else is wrong with it, right? So he gave like a ridiculous price. And I'm like, listen, my G, I'll change the battery myself, you know, for that price, because I know how to change a tire. And the only reason why I'm changing, you know, only reason why I'm messing with you is because the battery's behind the tire well and I need some other stuff done. He's like, yeah, but why burden yourself? You know, why, you know, you could just pay me X amount and I'll pay. He said, and you could just, you know, get on with your day. I was like, because the thing is that I don't make that much an hour. It was like $300, which I don't make. I don't make $300 an hour. So, it wasn't just for that though. That was the cost of the battery. Like I had to put all this into play. That was like the cost of the battery and the other stuff. But in my head, I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna pay you this amount for something I could do myself. And that's the way I look at hoes like this. I am not 1,000. That's more than what I make. That's what it comes down to. That's more than what I make. Your vagina isn't worth more than my brain. It's not. Okay, I got to go to the next one. I'm thinking that I'm still sharing the screen. Yeah. Oh, let's be clear. Skilled labor is different. No, good point. Skilled labor is different. Doctors, that's what I say. You do it with your doctor, and your insurance pays for it. But typically, most people pay their. When you look at how much the insurance is, and it's most of the time written on your card how much the insurance is covering, and sometimes you have to pay $25, sometimes you don't pay nothing. But yeah, you look at how much the insurance is covering, and that's how much they're paying for you. But so you get an idea how much doctors make. I don't know how it works without insurance. I think actually no, because everybody has insurance now. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's if you ever need like a specialty treatment, that's why I said dentist and not regular doctor. If you ever need like a specialty dentist, something that doesn't cover, then that's when it comes out your pocket. And like I say, a roofer, if it's not covered by insurance, a HVAC person, sometimes, so you actually gotta ask yourself. Now, I'm not a roofer, I'm not an HVAC person, so you gotta pay. But I ain't gotta pay this chick for a twat, that's for sure. Well, yeah, but listen, if I don't use the battery, if I'm forgetting to turn the engine, all I gotta do is turn the engine every now and again. And the reason why I got into that situation, because I failed to do so. Now, if I'm not turning the engine every now and again anyway, then I'm not going to use the battery maintainer. It's the same thing. All right. All right.
So in this video, your girl's going to be talking about pretty much when I first started looking at like houses here in Atlanta, and I got scammed. So I'm here to tell y'all the story behind it all and everything.
I didn't see this story, by the way.
So yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Make sure you give your girl a big old like, hit the push notifications, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because your girl's on her way to the top to 10K subscribers, and I'm so excited to just keep on putting amazing content out for you guys that I hope you guys are enjoying, by the way. So without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Okay, loves, so this is when I was still kind of new to Atlanta, and I'm trying to think, I can't remember the area, I'm not gonna lie, but basically this is when I was homeless. Thomas had been like maybe, I don't know, maybe like 3, 4, 5. Like he was, really, really young still. And he was actually in daycare, I think also at the time. He was going to like a daycare here in Atlanta. And I was staying in Decatur. And so off like Candler Road, yeah, like the main street over by like the mall and everything. And so I just remember I was staying with someone that I met through like my social media, and
Oh, so that is her. I was wondering, like, where's that jazz coming from? Because I thought I had like another thing open in the background, but no, that's her video.
long story short, that didn't work out. But I remember when I was looking up like the houses, and I don't know if I went on Zillow or some website, but I came across one. So I'm thinking it's like official, like, yeah, this is definitely like a learning experience. So I'm trying to think. I think it was like off of Zillow or something, and everything looked legit. Like they allowed me to view the house, but I did not enter the house. I didn't view the inside of the house, but I viewed like the outside of the house. And it was like one of them houses that had like them lots.
So like say if you're doing the house, you needed like a code or something just to get in. It was either a code or a key just to get in, and they have one in the front and the back. And so I was like, well, let me just ride past this, see what's going on, make sure it's not a scam or whatever, and make sure no one doesn't at least live there. But nobody wasn't like there. It had like the locks on the door, but obviously I couldn't get inside or anything. And so it came to a point where there was neighbors next door. So I was just curious. I was like, let me go on to the neighbors and ask them, do they know if anybody lived next door or anything, just to know. And I think they pretty much acted like they didn't really know too much, or they mentioned someone's name or something. But
Okay, I'm gonna give this like 2 more minutes, but I am not entertained.
it wasn't like I really got that much information out of them, honestly. So pretty much when it came down to it, the people that I was speaking to over the phone, mind you, it was like some Indian like lady, you know, you saw she had like a real strong accent. And I think they gave me like this story where I don't know if they were living in they were living in like some city. It was definitely not Georgia. And it was like some place, I want to say like, for example, like Ohio or something. I don't know, it was like some
These are not cities.
place, I can't remember. And so that was pretty much who I was sending the money to. Mind you, I never really thought too much of it. Your girl was just trying to get a place for me and my kids. So I wasn't digging too deep. Like I said, I'm not used to like really get scammed. So it's not like I really was aware of all like the red flags. And there was times I got like these worried feelings like, oh my God, I hope it goes well, hope it's legit. But it's like you never know until you actually keep going through the process to find out. I don't know. So basically, they wanted me to send them, I think it was $500. It was either $250. I'm so sorry. It sounds like I don't really know for sure, but like I said, this was.
All right, enough of that. Yeah. You suck. You suck. Literally and otherwise. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the main story. Of her most recent video. Give me a second. Now, the video of her and the daycare and that whole fiasco, that was 2 days ago. So let's just see what happens on today's story. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. All right.
So in this video, I'm basically kind of, I guess, giving you guys like an update of my life. And again, like just me venting to you guys about stuff. So yeah, there's some things I want to get off my chest. Today has just, I've had a lot of emotions, I should say, that run through my body today. And I'm just trying to like, know it's okay to have these emotions, but I'm trying to manage through them, if that makes sense, you know?
It does make sense.
So some of the things that I've thought about today.
Her nails is crap. And it gets crappier by the day. Like yesterday, you know, like on her right hand, she had more orange ones painted. Now she only has one.
That I felt probably maybe like sharing with you guys, or just sharing period. I've like had to think it, like put some things in, or you know, okay, this ain't the time, or let's see what we can do to fix it. I'm always trying to think of a solution or how I can solve a problem.
Find a man.
Yeah, it's just I just feel like, you know, I have 2 boys, and it's just really, it can be stressful when you have a child that is like, you feel like getting out of control, and no matter what you do, nothing's fixing it, you know. And it's like, it comes down to it, I don't really have no one to vent to, you know, like I don't really have that type of support. And you know, like my oldest son, he's been like very out of control, like his teacher.
Now, this is a single mom thing that you have to look forward to. I don't have anyone to vent to. I don't have anyone to vent to. Fellas, pay close attention. Because if you find yourself in an unsuspected friend zone with a woman like this, if she's venting to you, then she should be sucking your dick. You are providing something for her. You are fulfilling a need. She should be fulfilling a need of yours. The needs that men fulfill for women are not just financial. If she is venting to you, she should be venting to these nuts. She should be I mean, you're providing her with something. You see how desperate I just need somebody to vent to. Okay, I need somebody to lubricate my penis. Like, okay, quid pro quo.
Teacher's been calling me, and today she sent me like a note that he wrote something. He basically said something about this person said this about somebody else, and pretty much when I talked to him about it at home today, he made it seem like as if he just brought it up, like the person never said it. It's like he's starting to start rumors, and that's like totally unacceptable. So it's just something. It's always something. Tomorrow he gets lunch detention. So yeah, it just seems like every day it just seems like something is just happening, and I just can't believe like I have a son that's like this. I really can't believe I have a son that's like this. It's hurtful to me because I don't raise him to be this way. I don't condone certain things.
Not wanting a behavior in your son isn't the same as raising him to be a certain way. Like, oh, I don't want my son to be like this. Doesn't mean that you raised him to not be like that. Let's be clear on that. And I really think that she's grappling with this whole boys will be boys thing, because I know that's supposed to be like the sexist thing to say, but no, boys will be boys, and lunchtime detention is a part of boyhood. Like these are really basic things. You know, if you find him staring at fire and stuff like that and playing, these are big things, like, you know, getting lunchtime detention on this is stuff like this is regular stuff.
So it really like hurts me when I'm getting like these phone calls and he's not listening. It's going in one ear and out the other. It's kind of as if like I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not good enough, or what I'm gonna do. I don't want to give up on my son, but it's like what's happening, like what's going to happen next. And so that's kind of like where I'm at with it. Like I'm trying to just take a day at a time, go with the flow. It got to the point where I got so like upset and worked up to the point where I had to text his dad, reach out to his dad again about the situation, because at first I thought the school note had a different person's like name. I guess Thomas just spelled it wrong. And so basically it's just unacceptable, like inappropriate like language basically on a piece of paper. He got caught in school with it today. So I don't know, you guys. I was thinking about like homeschool again, you know, like do people get paid to homeschool their child? Because I don't really like know.
We live in a country where mothers are paid to take care of their children, their own children. You know something? I didn't know that you could get paid for homeschooling your own children. That's a new one for me. You know something? I actually agree with that. With the stipulation that you are a certified teacher, meaning that you have your teaching credentials, whatever they are, that should only apply to people with teaching credentials. Because you can't have like a dumbass teaching a dumbass. You really can't. You know, and pay them to do it, knowing that the kid, you know, you're just gonna like have them watch Sesame Street all day and say, yes, this has reading and learning. Yeah, like, yeah, but the kid is 12. You know, you can't do that.
Too much about that. So like I'm thinking about that. Like, what would it be like if I was to have him just be homeschooled and I got paid, I guess, because I won't be able to like work like a 9 to 5, you know what I mean?
Notice how it's not in the best interest of the kids. She's like, you know, and I got paid. They're paying people for this. It's always about her getting paid. It's not about the son.
Me. And I was telling his teacher how I'm just waiting for the results to come back. So I'm basically waiting to hear back from the results to see if he'll move forward with taking medication. And I was against it, but I'm just willing to give it a shot and see if it'll at least help him when it comes to his behavior and helping him keep focused, because he's not listening to the teacher. He's not focusing on his schoolwork. And it's tough to put him in any like sports or anything because I don't have a vehicle and I just don't have that type of support. Like if I want to be that parent, I want to be able to show up to his games. I want to be that parent, you know, if I'm not able to make it, can can another loved one or supporter be able to make it? You know what I mean? And I don't quite have that support. And then with Momo, he's even acting up at daycare. I guess putting his hands on people. He's saying a cuss word. He even talks back sometimes. So it's like, I got to deal with my young one. He's starting to get out of control. And it's just becoming like a lot. Like I be getting irritated. I be trying to like hold myself together, but it starts to irritate me. And if you know, I love my kids so much. So I reached out to his dad, and then I guess Tom was trying to say the person on the paper was a female. So I kind of like misunderstood, I guess, the note. So I figured I'll just have him call his dad and talk to his dad about it.
This is where the story is about to
give this another shot. So I spoke to him. Of course, we went back and forth about old stuff in the past, which I like to bring up the past, but the past kind of brings up of why I don't probably condone certain things when it comes to his dad, like my trust in him and that how he betrayed my trust. You know what I mean? So that's still, you know, it came to a point where I was very hurt at a point in my life for not even having my son. And he was one of the people that was the cause of it. So even though it happened like now, like some years ago, it's still can come back as fresh because that's the whole point of why things are not going smoothly right now. And so basically he kept making a big issue about how he doesn't want to come to, you know, Atlanta. Like he won't be able to pretty much like come like every other weekend. Like he doesn't have a.
Okay, so she's in a different state than her son's father. I don't know what state he's in, or maybe just a different city, but he's not within a. She took the kids away from the father to where he doesn't have reasonable access to them. And now these fatherless children are lashing out. Their behavior is a reflection of this lash out. And you're like, oh, well, he can't come see them because you're in Atlanta and he's not.
The financial means to do it. He'd rather like have him for like the summer, and that's what I would bring up, how I don't trust him to keep him for summer. But then like I'm really like a problem solver. I don't really like to argue.
He wants to have them for the summer, but you don't trust him to keep him for the summer. Yep.
You about stuff or keep dwelling on the same thing for too long. So I'm like, you know what? If you want to see him for the summer, that's fine. You know, I got custody. We'll have to work out some type of agreement to where this will work. I mean, that is his dad at the end of the day. I just want my son to be safe, and that I know I can't control everything. I just hope that I know his dad wanted. I don't know because I'm not there, but I just know for what I've seen, what I know. But I would just hope that my son's in good hands whenever I'm not around. But it's just like little things like when he would keep him from like talking to me, things like that from the past make me feel the way that I feel to this day about just giving Thomas to him and let Thomas with him without me being in sight. And my reasonings is very, hold on, baby, my reasonings is like very valid at that. And so pretty much about that. So if it came down to that, I wouldn't mind. All I ask for him is that he puts in effort. Like he at least help me with childcare, or, you know.
When she says all I'm asking is that he puts in effort, she means money. And okay, just go on from this point. Just go on with the understanding that everything she's asking for is another way of saying money.
Oh, something. He wants my address so bad to be able to Thomas stuff, but even that, like, that has to be my discretion if I choose to do something like that, you know? And care or, you know, something. He wants my address so bad to be able to Thomas stuff, but even that, like, that has.
This man does not have the address of where his son lives. Let this sink in. This man does not have the address to where his son lives. And he calls and asks the baby mama for the address, and she says no. And read what it says. I haven't read this yet, but I'm about to. But I do see the word Cash App, so I know where this is going. He wants it, but that's because he don't want to Cash App me. I don't really trust him to give him out my address. Yep, I know it. You're selling your address to your son's father.
Has to be my discretion if I choose to do something like that, you know? And I just feel like just give me effort. Try to help me out. Show your son that you are active, not just by talking on the phone. Like,
when she says effort, she means money.
Ain't like you ever send him money though. You haven't ever like send him money.
See?
All I want to know is that you're showing, you make an effort that look, we are a team coming together to take care of our boy.
He's asking to spend the summer with our boy. So yeah, what do you mean? All I'm asking for is effort. Effort means money. Effort means money. She's asking for money because just 2 days ago, she didn't have $60 for daycare. She's asking for money.
And, you know, if you could just help me with something along the way, that's all I ask without giving me a problem, anything, you know? If you can at least show me that, then I want to make it, I may hold back and give him, again, the benefit of the doubt and let him just take his son and see his son whenever he probably wants to. But can you at least make the effort to show that you're being there and taking care of him at least? That's all I ask.
Once again, he said, I want to take care of my son for the summer, for 3 months. It's 3 months in summer. And your response is just show an effort. Effort means money.
Ask. At least try to gain back my trust. At least try to. So if you're not even helping me take care of your kids, what makes you think I'm going to trust you to just take him with you for a long period, like for a month? No, like at least show effort that I'm seeing like you're talking to him, you're taking care of him. At least make that effort. You know what I mean? So we had that discussion. We ended up, I guess I can say on like a good note. So don't get me wrong, we did a lot of back and forth. But I just, at the end of the day, I want to come to a common ground and just try to just do the best for Thomas. So if him seeing him probably for a month, that's going to be better with him, then so be it. But that's not the issue. It's not to me like the biggest issue. My thing is at least helping me take care of him. Because he's quick to say, well, he got his own bills and stuff. Okay, I got my bills too. I got another baby too I got to look for. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's all I pretty much, have to say about that. And yeah, so let's see what happens moving forward, and
okay, let's see what happens moving forward.
Bitrix 24.
What is that? Why did the last advertisement say love is a simple direct deposit? What is that? I mean, because that was fitting.
I just want like someone, like my kids literally don't have no male like model, like male figure. And I just want like a man that's just, like if I was having like a man that's just gonna love me and my kids, cherish my kids, be there for me and my kids. Like actually, I want to know what it's like to have a family dynamic, like a family bond. You know what I mean? Like being there for each other. Like my boys need that male figure in their lives, and I just want someone to, if the dads are.
Okay, now let's talk about this. Because now she's sounding exactly like Miss Trophy Wife. Exactly. Miss Trophy Wife, 2 boys. Her, 2 boys. Miss Trophy Wife say, I'm looking for someone desperately to take care of me and my sons, that will love me and my sons. This woman, I'm desperately looking for someone to love me and my sons. this is not a coincidence. Now, Miss Trophy Wife pretended to be making 90K. She pretended she was not making 90K. This woman here admits that she don't have $60 to her name. So that's when things start to branch off. Miss Trophy Wife, says that, oh, yes, I'm about to lose my lease, meaning that you're about to get evicted. You got your 60-day or 90-day or whatever eviction notice. And when you got that eviction notice, you went to eHarmony. And the same way this girl goes to OnlyFans, you go to eHarmony. Because you play the long game. She only understands the short game because she actually was out on the street selling box. So she only understands the short game. The other Trophy Wife played the long game, and she played it at a younger age. So yeah, that's the similarities are uncanny, but it goes to show that Miss Trophy Wife was not making 90K at all, and that she was in a very similar situation as this woman. This woman is in the same situation, and apparently Miss Trophy Wife went on, and like within the first 2 guys, she found a husband that married her in a week. You are not so lucky, apparently, or you're not even trying in that regard. Somebody says, shouldn't you get that before you have children? Yeah, but
not stepping up, or even if they weren't present in their lives, to still be there, love like my children, show that they care about my children just as I care about my children. Help support me when it comes to my children. Because I feel like if you take me, you're taking my kids like we're a package do. And
you really want them, you're calling them my children. I want you to share in the love of I want you to love my children. Like, how can he love them knowing that they're not his when you're talking in a way that will constantly remind him that they are not his kids?
And that's all I just ever want, because I came through so much. I just want that family dynamic to know, like, I'm secure, like me, my kids are secure, like we're good. And that's just what I just dream of, like, in like say a real relationship. And I really haven't found anyone like that, and it's just very,
where have you looked,
hurtful, because that's what I feel like I need to like the support I need when it comes to like building a family and having a family together. So I just hope like everything works out. And even a few minutes ago, I just tried calling Momo's dad's job, but the line was busy. I'm gonna try again to see if he's just there. And then instead of like actually probably speaking to him, I would like leave my number and just say, give it to him, because I don't want to like say the person tell him, then like he kind of dodges me. So I'd rather leave my number, give him the opportunity or chance to try to reach out to me. But I did go to the email on the website, and I just emailed saying they relay my message to him. I said something like, hello, could you please relay this message to,
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, her the baby daddy of her youngest works at he's a manager at a barbecue shop. So, and that's to help you understand what's going on, because you're hearing things like busy signals and stuff like that. And so I'm assuming that they have a landline to the barbecue shop itself, and that's where she's calling, and they're on the phone taking orders or something like that. So yeah.
I said his name. I have a concern I have a concern I would like to address, or I would like to address a concern I have, and I left my number and I said my name. So I don't know if it's an email directly to him that he would check, or if it's like corporate email. I'm not too sure, but hopefully he just sees.
She is not paying attention to what her son is doing. This boy is just going around licking the top of the lid of
and I left my number
of a Ziploc
and I said
container.
my name. So I don't know if it's an email directly to him that he would check, or if it's like corporate email. I'm not too sure, but hopefully he just sees it. At least I'll know that it's in his face. It's presented to him that he has opportunity to reach out to me, because he has my current number.
he has my email, so I at least put that out there, to at least me make an effort to do my part. So I just hope he reaches out, and I just hope for the best for my boys. Like, I just want the best. I just feel like, not like I'm feeling them, but it just really hurts me when I have to like rush to get home, or or feeling like I'm not always like, feeling like, yeah, maybe my kids are missing out on certain things, or feeling like I may not be, like, what's another word to describe it? Just certain things. I just wish I could just be with my boys and just, do more things with them, be like, when it comes to like their school stuff, just little stuff like that. Like, I don't want to let my kids down. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's on their mind. I want to know why they're doing the things that they do, like all that. And I just feel like, am I really doing a good job at this? Because I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. That's pretty much what I have to say. If you guys have any, like, I don't know, advice or anything, or what should I do, please let me know. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, and an update about the daycare situation. So I pretty much sent the video clips to like the manager. And then when I got there that morning, she was basically, I felt like befitting the woman or whatever. And and an update about the daycare situation. I don't know, advice or anything, or what should I do, please let me know. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Okay. That was adorable that the boy said bye. But it means that she posts a lot, is what that means. It means that she posts a lot, and he knows that, thank you for watching the video means that it's over. Yeah.
Oh, an update about the daycare situation. So I pretty much sent the video clips to like the manager. And then when I got there that morning, she was basically, I felt like befitting the woman or whatever. And I guess she tried to say that she said I called her out of her name, and which was not true. And then basically, I just told her how I was going to pay. And it wasn't about me not willing to pay or anything. And I was telling her about how my day was at work, things like that. What kind of like led up to everything too, and how like I wanted to be on time, but just try to give her a little bit more insight, and pretty much that.
See.
Pretty much that it's just the point that she was being very, very unprofessional. Like, that's just not okay. And that I did tell her that I want to take her up to the higher power, whoever, and still report her. She made it seem like she did report her, whatever. But I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if she's really telling me the truth, to be honest. And I basically don't feel like she's really telling me the truth. But today, basically, I went to pick him up, and yesterday when I picked my son up early yesterday, the lady wasn't there, but today she was there when I was coming to pick up my youngest son. So as I was on the phone, happened to be on the phone, but as I'm like walking in, I glanced over, I saw her, and she saw me, but they didn't tell me like come in the office and like that. So I went on and go get my son, and then on my way out, still no one didn't say nothing to me. I mean, I didn't really see no point really saying nothing to her at that point. I mean, I'm gonna, I obviously said something about the situation and everything, and I still do the Google report if I want to, and just things of that nature. But I basically left y'all, right? I left out, already got outside and everything, on my way to go get the bus. Tell me why I heard a loud shout. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I'm just minding my business. And I just heard the words, "Have a good day," like a shout. But I didn't think really nothing of it at first. And then that's when I finally looked back, and I saw her walk in the opposite direction like she was in the video. But by the time I looked back, it ain't like she was looking back at me. She was like just walking. So I'm like, did she do that on purpose? She was trying to be seen, or just to know that I obviously paid the $60? I don't know. But I just was like, I just kept it moving, basically. But I don't know what that was for. But I feel like she probably was saying that to me, like, "Have a good day," because it was just me that left. And then she came out behind me. So I don't know if she's trying to like, make a statement like, yeah, like you thought you was doing something type of thing, I don't know. But to me, I just hope something better happens. Hopefully if I get another like job opportunity that's really well, or whatever I choose to do in life, I just hope I could find like obviously good daycare for my kids or something different, just to switch it up a bit, because my kids were going there when I was in a homeless shelter. So just to like start on a fresh start or something, maybe it could be a nice start. But it's not like I have any bad issues after daycare. It's just, I don't know, maybe it doesn't hurt for change, I guess. But it's not that, it's the location of where it's at. I just probably want to try something different at some point in my life, something that's maybe more closer, or maybe that's open later, just something different, I guess. But I'll just give y'all that update.
Okay, so I think I already watched that video of hers. Yeah, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Who's this? Who's this bitch? Homeless with 2 kids living in a hotel. Curious.
Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. I decided to talk about something with you guys that I didn't know if I was going to speak about it, but I feel like I want to share my family story because some people don't know about the situation that happened to my family, which was we experienced homelessness, and that was earlier this year.
All right, don't care. All right. So that's that. I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna stop today's video there. But one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave y'all with a snippet of tomorrow's video and what I'm going to be covering then. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and because this whole trophy wife situation really brought up the whole single mother topic, and how modern society, modern men in society is dealing with the single mother thing. So this is a sample of what I'll be covering tomorrow. I've only watched it to the first 17 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm going to watch the rest before talking to you all about it. But let's go from the beginning so y'all can have a snippet. This is more on the Fugazi podcast because O'Shea is on, he's mad because his life sucks. So he's just trying to destroy someone else's life is really what it's coming down to.
David Cooley, you are definitely Fugazi. What is good, family? This is your girl. I am Courtney Michelle, and I am back with another one. You guys, I have been keeping up with this David Cooley No Fugazi podcast drama, and it has been quite interesting. But it's been something that I've always known with being, around the space, which is the red pill manosphere, black manosphere, all of that male content, things that focus on relationships. I have always known that the rhetoric of I'll never date a baby mama, or I will never be with a baby mama, that it's a lie.
It is. It is. It is. Yeah.
Okay. It's an absolute lie. Your favorite content creators, their wives, girlfriends.
Somebody said something. I was thinking that. But I want y'all to I want you, Kevin Murray, I want you to tell me what's different about her. I was thinking the same thing, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. So tell me what's different about her.
Friends have children with other men. They look for and don't mind dating baby mama. So I don't understand the rhetoric that continuously and perpetuates on this particular platform, because it's been proven to be false. And one, which is Mr. Cooley, has been exposed as being one of those red pillars that goes on different platforms and monetize by saying the most degrading things to women, in particular Black women, and specifically saying that he thinks that not Black.
Okay, so she says she's been following it, but I haven't really heard him. I don't really follow him like that, or at least I haven't before, but now I support. And he don't really come off like, to certain women like this, every content creator, every red pill content creator, everyone who speaks on relationships who is Black, for one, speaks primarily on Black relationships, and two, is speaking negatively about Black women. I think that that's just a general umbrella. Like we're all Tommy Sotomayor, that's pretty much what the umbrella that they put him under. I don't get that from him. Maybe she's watching more than I have. Okay.
Woman, but you can read between the lines that baby mamas are just for recreational usage. But here's with currently, she's pregnant.
Okay. So full disclosure, she is Courtney Michelle, and that's the woman on this video, is a baby mother. I think she's around 40-ish, or no, she turned 40. I think I remember her saying that she turned 40. So, and she has a 9-year-old who's possibly 10 now. So she is a baby mama. And so what she's saying is from that perspective, and what she is saying is correct. That guys do still engage with baby mamas in non-recreational ways. And this is also true for the trophy wife, or in ways that are more recreational, and this is also the woman who co-signed the whole leveraging the box thing. And also, this is a woman who was very tight with Obsidian until Obsidian dropped her for Pearl. And so she's made it clear that she is really against, and she also made it clear in other ways, but she's really against the dynamic of Black men, white women relationships. She's against that, as many Black women are, but with her, it will, if she's indifferent to a person or she likes a person, it immediately turns into hatred once she finds out that he is with a white woman, or he has currently been with a white woman, or he has in the past been with a white woman, or is willing to in the future be with a white woman. Once that happens, she's on her show, on her soapbox, she's putting a hat on and she's talking crap. So that's where we're at. I'm definitely going to cover this in depth tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Go ahead and ring that bell if you haven't already, so you'll get the notification for that. All right, let's oh, actually, I remember, I think I remember she saying that she was engaged or something, but I don't know if she married now. It's been a long engagement if she's engaged. Let me see. And some engagements are just long. I'm not going to hold that against her, but I don't know if the engagement is off or what happened. I'm just curious. What I'm doing now is I'm just looking to see if she has a ring on her finger. So yeah, this is like a point where she's, yeah, so I'm seeing her hand, but I can't really see the ring finger. I'm curious to know if she's still engaged. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, both hands, no ring finger, or no engagement ring. Okay, I'm giving up too much game. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. So stay tuned. Let me get out of this, or else I'll just go into a rabbit hole and do the whole show today. And I got things to do. Somebody says, I know why she looks different. It's no makeup and she got no weave. So she's natural. So yeah, that's probably what it is. And somebody also said that I haven't seen her in a while. So, and I haven't. So I can't quite put my finger on it. But if last time I seen her, she had on weave and a makeup, and yeah, that'll do it. She usually has her hair up or down. This time it's pulled. Wow, y'all really remember the details and characteristics of this shirt. SYSBC. Oh, that's right. Thought is an OF model. No, this isn't an OF model. At least not that I know of. Yeah, I think he's like more of a, clip person, if anything. Her hair is different. Looks like she's wearing. Oh, you already said that. I already read that. Someone says she looks younger. Okay. Oh, Michael Ross. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, brother. Greatly appreciate you. Experienced homelessness. I mean, I experienced homelessness, Chicks like that ensure employment for social workers and social service in general. Dysfunction in industry complex. Absolutely. And that's why, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I do understand. That's why they are creating this whole Bureau of Government Efficiency. It's because of that. A lot of government spending is for stuff like that, which is probably something society doesn't need, because we're paying for the irresponsibility of our own women, and perhaps we shouldn't be doing that. You have 2 baby daddies, none of whom is paying child support, but we're paying for you to take care of your children. She cares about her kids as far as she could gain from them. There are some other dude on the street, on the block. Two different plays, both the same results, both of them begging for money. Yeah. It's really comes down to, I look aesthetically a certain way. Boobies, slim waist, and all that good stuff. I got these goodies, so pay me. And you're gonna pay me through. First of all, as a baseline, you're gonna pay me through taxes, but you're gonna pay me through OnlyFans. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for play. You're going to pay in a relationship, but she definitely wants that. And even if she don't want money, she still wants somebody to vent to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody says CM just posted thirst traps. No OF though. What, she did it on YouTube, or like what media stream did she do it on? I don't really follow her like that. So if she's in my feed, it's probably because she tagged No Fugazi. Oh, this is interesting. So yeah, I haven't been following, but apparently she has a lot to say. So she talks about Trump winning, and she talks about does height and income matter? But she talked about this before the scandal of No Fugazi. So she had it in for him for a while, it seems like, or he was on her radar for a bit. Let's see, she's traveling to Europe. It doesn't really look like she's thirst trapping per se. I mean, yeah, a little cleavage here and there, but I wouldn't really classify it as thirst trapping. Or is she doing it on something else besides YouTube? Let's start there. Oh, wait a minute. Chantel is talking about a trophy wife. Let's take a listen at her. Hi, my name is Chantel, and I have an accent. All right, let's see. Let's see what she has to say on the situation.
On her channel, careful about what you believe on the internet. Now, I'm not saying that this lady is lying. She's the lady who is accusing her husband of assaulting her 2 daughters. I'm not saying she's lying, but in this video right here that she has on her channel, there are a lot of holes in her
I was saying
story.
the same thing.
Oh my God.
There are a lot of things in her story that's not adding up. And unfortunately, because we live in this day and age where so many people are craving attention, craving clout, attention, and a viral moment, we have to be very skeptical of the videos that we see that's going viral. Again, I'm not saying she is lying. I would hate to come up here and say, oh, she's lying.
Yeah. She's saying the same thing I'm saying, and that is embrace the strong possibility that this may be a lie. Do not act if it's true. If you're sending GoFundMe monies, it's because you're basically acting as if this story is true. You're paying for somebody for a tragedy that you believed happened. But no, you should wait until you receive evidence of fact before you make actions as if it's true. That's why people say allegedly, allegedly, this person allegedly did something. You want to make that clear, because what's going on from his end, and I don't know if he was arrested or anything, but what's going on from his end is 2 million people already see him as a chomo. The worst kind of chomo too. 4 years old, 2 years old. Like, it's they that's how they see you. They already see you as a chomo. I mean, or even if they don't, they're behaving as if there's a possibility that you are, which is pretty bad. Well, they don't have to leak his name. They have her name. I mean, I think they did, but I mean, they have her name. It really don't matter. You see, people don't understand. People that know you know your wife. They know your wife. It don't really matter what I think. I don't hobnob with this guy. It don't matter what the day-to-day person think, and at least I don't think, but it matters what your own circle thinks of you. It matters that that person who your daughter used to have a sleepover with their daughter is now looking at you like, yeah, nah. Like, so when are you and your family going to come to the barbecue? Oh, yeah. So that's what he's going through right now. And his job is not going to back him, because very few jobs will back a person in this situation, because they can't risk losing. Like, if it does go to court and he is convicted, they can't really risk saying that you allowed a known chomo to work here, even though his wife, so it's that bad.
Lying and whatever, and knowing that her 2 daughters were affected. However, there were a lot of holes in her story. And y'all remember Brick Lady?
Like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a...
How she came on social media talking about how this man hit her in the face with a brick and all of these black men didn't do anything. And turns out that she was lying. She got charged for fraud because of that story. And so many people had to eat their words. Those people who were mature enough to say, dang, she tricked me. There were still people out here who didn't acknowledge that, yeah, you got tricked, right? But as I said, in this lady's story, there were a lot of holes. And let me tell you, first of all, if this lady's lying, she evil.
Yeah.
Right? If this lady is lying, she is the definition of it.
There's levels to evil. She's evil to begin with. I mean, because she went into a situation to attempt to take advantage of a man. So, that's evil. But to lie, to make that particular type of lie, is next level evil. I want Chantel to go into the holes that she found in her story. That's what I was clicking for. Actually, let me double speed it.
To bring your 2 daughters into this story, into this situation, for what? Oh Lord, God go with her soul. So I'm not here to say she lying, but what I'm saying is y'all be skeptical, do more research, right? Be skeptical of people, especially when they're trying to financially gain from it. She created a GoFundMe because apparently he divorced her or he left and took everything. My thing with this one, because if it was sexual assault, why aren't the cops involved? What?
Well, I don't know if they are. Yeah, let me hear.
And then how will he just leave and take that? I mean, hey, I'm not Olivia Benson, so I don't know. But again, let's question certain things, because you see, a lot of times people can come and make false accusation, and because of this whole victim blaming culture, we're not allowed to question them, right? They can come and say, oh, this person touched me, or this person did that, or this person hit me in the face with a brick. And because they are the victim, how dare you question the victim, even if it's to clear things up because you put 2 and 2 together and it was.
Well, I mean, okay, so if he wasn't home, when did the whole chomo take place? Like, when and where did the chomo take place? He wasn't home. Like, if he was away, I don't know. Because here's the thing, diaper changing. Diaper changing is something that you do either daily or multiple times a day. So for her to notice it due to a diaper change, then it means that the incidents occurred after the last diaper change and before this one. Unless you've been changing diapers for like a week and didn't notice it until like this day. But so if he's gone, he would have had to have been there from the last time she changed the diaper. So yeah.
It's not adding up, right? So even if it's to clear things up, you're not allowed to do that, because then you're victim blaming. Again, you're on the internet, you're on social media where money can be made. Okay, people will make up stories to get the money that can be made. Didn't the same brick lady, she raised must be $46,000 with her GoFundMe? How much do you think this lady can raise with her GoFundMe when she bring her 2 little daughters in the story? Especially when she said she was victimized by a black man. I realized that pattern of, if you want a viral moment, bash black men.
Man, this is some bullshit.
If you want a viral moment, accuse black men.
Well, Chantel's definitely onto something, because the thinking is, and this comes from black women, that they know that our circumstances as black people is bad. And they're just, they are thirsting for evidence that the problems with the black man, not because if it's not them, then it's us, and vice versa. So yeah, they need that feeling that black men are bad. That's why the woman that on the video yesterday, the fat one, she was saying that acrimony, he treated her wrong, and that's why she had that real reaction, because she went to the movie theater hoping that this was another Tyler Perry bad black man movie, and they need that. They need to feel that way. So you are servicing a need, women like this.
And of doing something. I noticed that pattern. But hey, as I said, it is not my place to say if she is lying or not. I am not Olivia Benson. I am just here to encourage y'all to have discernment and don't just blindly follow every little video you see on social media without doing your own research.
Is the bitch from Law and Order SVU, and I think she's like the cast member that's been there the longest. In fact, I'm almost certain that she is. So yeah.
Too many people in this day and age, especially people who are addicted to social media, addicted to TikTok, that's just trying to get a viral moment, and they don't care who they hurt or whose reputation they destroy while trying to get that viral moment. And if this is what she was trying to do, she damn sure was successful at it. Her video has over 1.6 million views at the time of me recording this within just 3 days. Dang. Her channel has grown. Her other videos have gotten views. If she set out to make money off of this story, she definitely did that. Honestly, I would believe her story more if she had turned off her comments, or if she had turned off, not necessarily turned off the money, the monetization, but if she had censored her comments, to protect her little girls, because she is telling her little girls secrets, basically. She's exposing the fact that her daughter got abused. And I mean, for anybody who has ever gotten abused, I know that's something that they try to keep a secret. That's something that's, close to them. They don't just tell the internet, and she's telling the internet on behalf of her daughters, so that was something that kind of took me aback. But again, her channel was built off her saying how great of a husband she has. So of course I respect her for coming out and saying her husband is not as great as we thought. However, in this particular video, I was watching this on my live stream earlier, and there were a lot of holes in her story, there were a lot of math that wasn't adding up. Now, it could be me just being bad at math. Somebody gonna come on and say it's me jealous of her for whatever reason I have to be jealous of her for. So that's why I'm saying be skeptical, be wary, and just do your own research before you
Talk
jump
about the
and believe
holes.
every story you see
Yeah,
on social media. Go check out the video that I did
Okay, so yeah,
reviewing this story, discussing
she's
this
not.
story though,
So
and my
on that
thoughts
video,
on this whole story, if it was true.
all right, I thought she was gonna do some holes on there, but apparently not. Anyway, I actually didn't notice that the trophy wife was calling a trophy wife. That's yeah, live and learn on that. But anyway, I like to thank the cat. Oh, let me check for cash apps. Don't like to miss them. Don't like to miss them. And as y'all know, I keep my phone in my room. Sometimes I remember to bring it in before a stream, but usually I keep my phone in my room because I'm at work, so I'm not bothered with personal calls. But people that know me personally know not to call, so it's typically something else, somebody I don't know too well. Okay, so I want to thank the super chats. I do, and I want to thank the members. I want to thank the managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, those who participate in the chat. Hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.